Hello there. How y'all doing? It's Hoodie Zen. I had to put the hoodie up. It's kind of chilly these days. It's only like 3 days of cold here in New Orleans. By the way, my name is Zen, and you're over there. I'm not sure who you are, but welcome. I have no idea what we're gonna be talking about. I think this was a show I was gonna do yesterday or the day before that I stretched out like mozzarella cheese into today's opinion on ideas about banks and rivers and things, but I don't know. I don't know where we'll go with this. Um, lots of absurd curiosities in this life that we live, huh? Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you tend to agree with the concept that maybe life is a little weirder than you thought it would be? Remember when you were oops, when you were a child and you assumed that adults knew something, and then as you got older, you realized you're just a larger version of your stupid self, and then realize that everybody that was teaching you was a complete doofus, an idiot, a moron, a Chester Cheeto eating, um, fart sniffing moron. Like that, like there's something like you don't get to the top of the food chain or the ladder and make money and because not because you're smart. That's not how it happens. Intelligence doesn't get you anywhere. And I know that because I will just tell you this. I'm probably the smartest, most wildly intelligent person you've ever not met. I don't say that very I don't say that with a weakness. I say that with absolute assure I will assure you I know more about a lot of things than most people do. Very much so. What's it done? It's because I'm not willing. Here's the thing: is dumb people they can know a few small things, and if you know one thing, how to take advantage of something, how to manipulate something, how to get more and milk something for what it's worth, they'll do it. And if they know that, see the difference between being highly intelligent and an intellectual, if you will. I'm not that, but I don't take advantage of things. Other people do, and when they do, you could be you've met dumb motherfuckers. I guarantee you have that have a lot of stuff and actually have a lot of control over the way things will occur. Doesn't make them smart, doesn't make them healthy, doesn't make them kind. It makes them fearful and weak. They're fearful, weak people. They are fearful and weak. Remember this. I am none of these things. Keep it humble when you mumble. So my suggestion is remember that if you want power and control, you better be able to handle it. Let me explain to you why. Let me show you how this works. The statement I just made. If you get a car with 750 horsepower, rear wheel drive, you take it out of that parking lot and you hit the gas and you don't know what you're doing, 30 seconds flat, you're gonna hit a telephone pole. You done. You can't handle power. You cannot handle energy. You can't handle that. So why is it all the fools continually keep banging their fucking skulls into trees and don't know what they're doing with the energy and the power they have? I mean, if they knew what they were doing, wouldn't they help their brothers and sisters and friends and families and people that they didn't even like? Wouldn't they help them? But yet they don't. And you know what? They end up becoming their own demise because the power and the ability to need to and want to control things will eat their soul. It will consume them. Welcome. Hi. How you doing? I don't know what we're talking about today, but I'm gonna crush this beer because why not? What else are we doing? I got to have this wonderful conversation with this gentleman this evening, and he was without house or home, and he was very intrigued by what I was saying, but equally equally so. I was like, you're giving me a life lesson here. You're explaining something to me, and he couldn't understand like how people are so um egomaniacal that until you act and be like a puppy or be like a child and to observe the world in such a non-confrontational, non-judgmental way, you could never know anything. I wake up every morning and I know nothing. Yeah, if you guys want to talk to me and you ask me a question, I still have my knowledge base about like, hey, well, you got a problem? Okay, well, what kind of herb do you need, and how can I help you with this? And of course, I don't get sick. I'm the sickest motherfucker on the planet. I don't get sick. How can I get sick? I am sickness. I am that. That je ne sais quoi. I can make you sick just by the sound of my voice. I will make a motherfucker sick, or I'll heal them equally. So if you want to listen and pay attention, you need to shut your fucking mouth. I will break everything in your fucking brain until you become a new. I just don't quite understand how this earth exists in the way it does. And I think that we're watching it real time happen. That capitalism, communism, it's all imploding. It's not going to work anymore. It never could work. It couldn't. Why would they put that? Why come here to do this? What is the purpose of this earth plane? To show you how fucking ridiculous and chaotic and very people that are very what's the word I'm looking for here? Mm. People that have this ability to like, if I wrong you today, let's discuss that and we'll get it over with. But like, don't come and talk to me. Don't come and talk to me in a month. Like if you fuck with my shit, if I deal with it, I deal with it. And if not, maybe I'll say, hey, that's bullshit or whatever. But like, don't carry that on. People just hold grudges. Do you notice this? And holding a grudge, if I may try to elucidate you onto a subject matter that might seem a little deformed and incongruent with the way that your mind works, but grudges are called capitalism. I want to be better than you because you're not as good as me. That's a grudge. You've done something wrong. I need to better myself. I need to capitalize a letter. I need to be the other figure that will dominate. It's called a dominator submissive complex. Dominator submissive is capitalism. Is I need to be better than you because they don't quite get it. They don't get it. Like they don't. They have not like. You ever made? You ever? Maybe all you ain't done this. You ever crack on your friends? You crack jokes. You just like play the dozens. Your mom's a fucking fat piece of shit. She put a Malcolm X T-shirt on and a helicopter tried to land on her. Like you're so fat. If you turned around, the fucking world would change gravity. Like this kind of shit. Like you could, and people take that to heart and hold on to that for weeks, months, years, lifetimes. That becomes a traumatic disorder. It seems like most of this earth plane is either healers and helpers, and then people that need that healing because they hold on to traumas, psychic, physical, mental traumas that we try to alleviate them from. And we come to this earth to do that. But everybody holds on so violently. They hold on to something like this. You can watch it. It actually happens in the womb. Happens in the womb. There's some children that come out and their hands are held together like this. And so they're holding trauma that goes all the way up through the entire system. And it was built in from probably a past lifetime, if you're into that kind of thing. And you ever see people that walk around, they're always tense. They can't loosen up. They're holding something. There's some sort of psychic trauma. Like it's like a PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. We all have these to some degree, but so many people here, they carry that around with them, and they can't quite get rid of it. Oh, it's fucking, and so for me, I have to giggle about that and try to weave my way, you know, wonderfully and wackily through this, waggle my whole shit through this whole thing, because if I don't laugh about it, I'm gonna cry. I would cry every day. I would cry every day to see how obscenely abused humans are. It is a fucking, that is terrifying. But I also know there's beautiful music and there's flowers and there's people that help and there's so much beauty here. So you have to go towards laughter and beauty, and not all of the disassociation that is accompanied with the trauma-based scenario that everybody had. They came out the womb, and I've done this story 1,000 times. I'm trying to explain this to you fools. You fools! I'm between like the lighting of the hospital and why is it next to where the dead people go, and like it's so weird. It's so weird. But when I wake up in the when I arise upon the early morning, well, it's not morning. It'd be the sun shining down upon me, and I go outside and I can smell the coffee being brewed and the flowers and the trees and I can see the sunshine. I can hear the birds chirp, and it's also lovely. But most people cannot see that. It reminds me of this thing I've told you guys about all the time. I hear people always tell me, you need to stop and smell the flowers. I say this to me. And I've walked with these people that say those words to me. To me. They say, stop and smell the flowers. And I walk with them, and you know what they never do? They never stop and smell the flowers. Yet, most days of my life, if I see a flower, I stop and I smell it. And it's not allegory. You can use this allegorically if you'd like to, but it's literally, if there's a fucking flower, you stop what the fuck you're doing and you go and smell that and you enjoy it. You look at and if you use it allegorically, you would say, stop and smell the flowers means, look at this. I could be upset that every bed in here has bed bugs, but I have at least an indoor place, right? At least I got a hoodie. It's cold outside. I got a hoodie. Like I don't have anything except for this right here. So if anybody wants to donate, feel free. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Bang, bang, bang. TSAR, capital XEN. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, yeah. So stop and smell the flowers. Like it's such a it's an actual physical mental act to go do that, and I promise you, it will pay off 50-fold if you do stop and actually smell a flower. It doesn't mean to go, hey, I love your hair, and I like your shoes. Yeah, that's part of it. That's the allegorical aspect of saying those words. But in reality, why don't you just do the real thing? Stop and smell the fucking flowers. Well, here's the dilemma. Most of you decided to live in cold places that don't have flowers. That's your problem, and you think humans are supposed to live where it's cold? I'm not playing that game no more with none of you. You do not live where it's cold. If it's cold, that's your own fucking fault. Yeah, if you get a couple, little, like right now it's cold. Maybe I should move a little farther south. Maybe I should next to the equator, Ecuador. Maybe I don't know, but I'm saying like when people live in, do you know the only reason people lived in the north? Because they were trying to get rid of the people that overwhelmed and diseased the population and took control of freedom. And so they moved to the north, to the Caucasian and the Caucasus Mountains. They moved to the cold areas to get away from the people they're trying to manipulate and kingship over. It's a long story, but hello, who's here? What's up, Divine? Oh yeah, you can thumbs up, share, subscribe. You know, I talk different every time. What's up, Super Champ? Yeah, stop and smell the duck food. I seen some ducks today. I seen some ducks. And funny enough, the ducks were on the river. So normally the ducks would be up at the city park or over like in ponds or lakes or something. No, there were ducks on the Mississippi River, which doesn't make any sense to me. I see them all the time there, but they stop and just hang out in the Mississippi. Like, what are they doing there? I didn't think because it doesn't connect to any like from where I was. Like and I know where the inlets and all this. Like where are they doing? It was just normal ducks hanging out on the Mississippi River. And they weren't even river ducks. Um, should I start the show now that I've got 17 minutes of rambunctiousness out of me? I want to do the show on banks and tanks and rivers and I want to do that show, but I think it might be the wrong time to do it. I think I would like to do that in the morning. Or maybe I'll just change the name of this show. Is the water level improving? Well, see, that's super champion. I want to get into that. And it was about as above, so below, as within, so without, and about the dynamics of. I'll give you the simple version of the story. And this is a really long story to get into to so everyone gets a quality explanation, which I don't feel like doing right now. But here's the quick version, quick and easy. You notice the Mississippi and Lake Mead and all of these other rivers throughout the entire world, they're really low, not a lot of water, and the banks that are holding the currency, the current of the sea, the water, you know, it's low and things aren't moving, it's becoming stagnant. Now, here's above, so below, as within, so without. Here's the allegory, and this is how it works. Do you notice the Bank of England is all fucked up right now? Do you notice like just a month ago, some weird shit happened with that? Did you notice the church? They took all the money out of something to put into their own bank vaults. You see what's going on? Like it's an equivocation. It's the same things happening. Ask yourself: are you properly hydrated and lubricated and all this? No, it can happen from me to out there, and it can happen from out there to in here. Where like what just happened to me? I just lost fucking all sorts of currency. I lost like I can't even tell you how many tens of thousands of dollars of items that I had that are gone now. I've went to a new transition to something different, which is fine, but it still equates to the storyline. You probably know people like this too. They changed their currency, their flow of energy. Banks that are being shut down, the banks of the rivers are being shut down. Doesn't it seem odd that both of those things would be happening at the same time? Why couldn't just the banks of the rivers be fucked up? No, because the banks of the rivers control where the product goes, and the banks in all of your nations are failing miserably because of capitalization, because they're succubusing dry the entire system. Why do you think they told you a couple years ago? Drain the swamps. No, that was just a how to say it like Which is a narrative, but they're telling you something. Anyways, right? If you know what the shitty people are, the shitty people are the swamp dwellers, but they don't live in the swamp. So they're just saying, suck dry the rest all the way down. The end of the Mississippi River is the swamps. They want to dry that up. Where are they going to live? They're going to go back underground, like the fucking like they're like locusts. They're like the seven every whatever amount of years they come out and then they breed like a bunch of dumb like they're clueless. They come out and breed and multiply and then they die and go back into the earth. They come back out every 17 years, which I don't know what that equals in it's 17 years for those things and it's maybe like 170 years or something for the actual the leeches. It's funny too. You know what's very funny to me? Which I think you'd all understand. I just got sick recently. I haven't been sick. You can watch all my videos. I don't get sick. Um, I haven't been sick in 17 years or 18 years. See, maybe it was 17 years. And I stopped drinking for like a week, like a full on like it was probably like a week and a half. Didn't touch any alcohol. Didn't touch any alcohol. You know what happened? My body was overwhelmed and over like it became all the fucking like, beer, wine, liquor, they're all cleansatives. They'll clean your body out, they'll clean your blood. I've been staying fine as fuck for years, drinking like a goddamn genius. And then I stopped drinking and all of a sudden I got sick. Now that I'm having a beer, it's clean like my thyroid that was swollen up, it's going away. I feel much better. All the little kind of aches and pains go away. Every time I eat, it just gets clogged up in my system. It's as if I should not be eating. Yeah. Anyways, what's up, Angel Wings? What you doing? Oh yeah, and again, what's up, man? Um, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It helped me out a lot because like right now, I'm doing basically a month to month thing. I'm getting a place to stay, like because I can't I don't have enough to come up with first, last, and down payment. Like I can't come up with fucking 5 grand right now. I just don't have it. So I'm kind of just doing month to month wherever I can find. And I mean the roommate thing would be nice, but there's also like credibility. Like who do I trust to be able to come up with half the fucking cash every month? So there's that. So right now, if you want to help me out, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I'd rather not sleep on the streets. I mean, wouldn't that be the funniest thing ever? Your boy Zen fucking sleeping in the streets, like this fucking, wisdom keeper of the ancient knowledge, like just out there in the fucking cold. That'd be weird. Sucks. I mean, I've slept in the car before. I've slept in some tents. I mean, but I ain't trying to be out there like that. I'm not trying to have to fucking bash people's heads in. Like all I really need. Hey, if you know anybody in if anybody here knows anybody in New Orleans, all I really need is a spot to throw half my shit. I stay outside most of the time. I'll shower. I'll do the dishes. I'll pay the bill. I'll pay half the bills. I don't give a fuck. Like I got money. Like I'm not gonna be shit. That's where I'm right now. Andrew said dragons are coming around right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's the dragon movies too there probably. And everybody's been talking about dragons in the sense of the little like the little ones. What are they called? Komodo dragons and the other. Yeah, yeah. You had a water dream, relocating to a hidden place, or yeah, I don't, I'm not sure what the I've had. Listen, I had I had a very interesting tsunami water dream where I was standing in. There's two buildings I've been in, and I was certain I was looking in the right direction. Two buildings that I've been in, and I was certain in the dream I seen this tsunami come through, and I was standing on the seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th floor, whatever, and it wasn't going to get to me, but it was gonna destroy everything in front of me. And I just stood there watching from the window as a tidal wave destroyed everything. And I just stood there and just was like, because I was high enough up in the building, but it was a huge fucking wave, and it reminded me of two places I've been, both in New Orleans too. Interesting. It was, yeah, definitely water. Oh, Fire Drake's in there. What's up, Fire Drake? Yeah, liquidation. Yeah, liquidate them goddamn assets. So yeah, what's really going on? What's really good? Um, I can't even tell you how many people I know that have been just like fucking through the ringer recently, like relocating, whether houses or jobs or relationships, like something different occurs, and it seems so fucking abrupt. Like it's a very interesting transition for people. Like for me, I'm good. All I really want is like I don't like I used to have a lot of cool shit, right? And look at how easy of a transition this is for me. I have one and a half book bags. This is you're like this is me. This is my life right now. Crazy, right? But it doesn't really bother me because I like being outside anyways. The only thing I really want is just, you know, indoor. I don't even need to fuck it. I don't even eat. You all know this. I just want an indoor fucking establishment. Let me throw my bag over here. You got a closet. I was even sleeping the fuck. Coming out of the closets. I don't care. I just want to be inside sometimes. I'm not trying to sleep in the street. Like I think I'm worth more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably worth like $600 trillion, and I'm sitting here like trying to go, oh fuck. I'm gonna eat out of a fucking garbage can and drink shit beer, worrying about. I mean, which is really funny because like imagine if they shut off the internet and they reset all the society, the people that are rich, what are they gonna do? They got no life skills. They just got money. What are they really gonna do? They're not gonna have a good time. They're not gonna have a good go at it. They're not gonna be able to function. That will be the funniest part for me, honestly. I don't know how many of y'all feel that way or see it. Yeah, Angel, you ain't got a job. Yeah, I mean, I get why I haven't had a job per se because all of you come through and help me out, and I appreciate that. So it is a job, but it's work. I feel like it's work. I would do this more often. I just don't. Like even now doing this is troubling to me. You have to understand this. I'm not even grounded mentally, emotionally, physically. Physically not, because I don't know where I'm going next, right? So these things do have they foster an awful lot of discontent and disorientation. But despite that, I'm still capable of conveying something. Although this is quite a struggle for me right now to even speak. I'm just like, well, I got to do something. Depression, anxiety, fear, terror, blah blah, all the shit, man. Or equally, I'm like, oh, this is great. What a joyous amount of freedom, and like I don't what do I have to care for? What do I have to do? You know, it's kind of nice, but that's where I am right now. But I'm usually much better at I would make the assessment just for my own, just glean my own visions and the way that I think I speak. This is the most difficult time I've had talking. This is what it looks like for a golden god to have a a dilemma in conveying language. Yeah, a super champion. The banks they sank, the French they got enough francs, skanks and the cranks sank, and the dried up riverboats. Ah, yes, yes. Yeah, no, it is. It's they dried up the system. I mean, what do you get from there? Transition, I guess. Yeah, enjoying. Yeah, that's the thing is like people that have been in the gutter, people that I know that live on the streets or live in their car or whatever, and nothing's gonna change for them in the transition. They'll be well prepared. And then you got people that know of it and and then you got people that suburban. If you live in the suburbs or a fatso, you're not gonna survive. If you have a lot of money and you never hung out and talked and interacted with actual like humans, you're not going to do very well. What's up, Christopher Lee? What's up, Lucid Lioness? What you doing? Why you spy? Are you spying at me? This little eye over here. What's that? Eye? You should be called Lucid Lioness. Or the eye of the tiger. That's not. You're not a lion. You're not a lioness. You're a tiger. You're a tigress. I know this. Yeah, you're the tigress. I'm the Euphrates. What's up, Christopher? Yeah, I'll get to you guys tomorrow about the entire. I tried to do a show earlier today, and I was around the river in New Orleans, and the internet just wasn't working. I tried to do a show like twice. Well, more than that, and I just kept walking around, and my internet would come in and go out, and I couldn't. It didn't hold a signal. But I'll do the whole thing on banks and tanks and skanks and all that shit. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come to uh, I don't know if it'll come to basic survival skills. I don't know who's gonna be able to do that. Like really though, I'll start with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and then survival skills. Let's get right to the baseline. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is wrong, and I'll explain to you why. Because if you hit the reset button on society, get rid of all of currency, all cash, and everything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your your clothing, your water, your food, your shelter, like Maslow's. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you are capable of communicating effectively with other humans or animals, for that matter. You know that communication trumps all of that shit. Maslow was wrong. He was saying it from the level of. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying he was wrong in the sense that like once you're equipped with language, you better know how to use it, and language will get you way farther than the rest of the things will. You could have all the food and water you want, but I could slick tongue my way into all of your stuff and have you like fucking you know upside down backwards in a graveyard. It's not. It's Language is way, way, way more important than those. But he doesn't put that into the hierarchy of needs. He in the social construct and social contracts, the capacity for humans to be like we're social creatures. Anyway, you look at it, I don't care how much people try to be introverted and stay in their house and because they don't want to because they're scared of other beings and blah blah. And they still going to communicate by hitting buttons on their little on their internets and YouTubes and Reddits or whatever. They're still going to do that. They're still communicating. Communication is key. It's not food. It's not water. I already know food doesn't matter. You got to ask. Fire Drake knows. Who else, who else is up in here? Let me see. Who else knows for certain that I know that knows for certain? Uh, Lucid Lioness. Yeah, she knows. She knows about fasting. Food is not that important. Water's pretty important, but you could bypass water with piss. Most of y'all know that. So and clothes, as long as you have your gear on you, there's not any like you have the clothes. There's not like acquiring more. See, food and water you have to acquire more of. Clothes you just have a pair. You just have whatever the fuck you're wearing, right? So in Maslow's hierarchy, to obtain food, clothes, water, whatever, in general society, you need to have a capacity to communicate effectively. Communication is again vital to your existence in the future. Angel, I don't know anything about that. I'll look that up. The sun flares? I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, that to me is all heresy or hearsay in the sense that like I haven't seen it with my own eyes. And when somebody gives me an electron microscope, I'm like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to know about an electron microscope. I mean, if you can focus and zoom in on something, that's fine. But I don't want to you know, I don't want to didgeridoo. I don't want it digitally altered to give me an idea because I already know the planets they're showing you aren't true. Yeah, I've seen them through telescopes, and they look exactly what you think they look like. They're moving bodies of electrical, sonoluminescent sound and water waves. It's not a stagnant planet. It's fucking retarded. So, yeah, so the sunflowers, I don't know. Super champion, what are you talking about? What super champ? What are you in Fire Drake talking about? Don't ban me here and I won't ban you over there. What are you talking about? What kind of horse shit are we dealing with right now? You both don't have wrenches, do you? Do I have to take both your wrenches away? Jesus Christ. What this is why I can't give you children anything. Do you have wrenches? You're wrenching people? Fuck it, I'm gonna wrenching everyone out of here. Eliminating all the wrenches. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna hydrate you by pissing in your fucking mouth. All of you fucking nerds. All right. Well, I know it's early, but I really want to get to some. I want some sleep tonight, and I got to sleep on top of this fucking. I got to sleep on top of a comforter. I'll tell you the whole story another time. This place I'm staying at. I'll show you. I'll show you. I got bed bug bites all over me, and I told the person that I'm Lisa that well Airbnb and this shit from, and they basically said, "Oh yeah, we'll fix that," and then they said, "Oh, actually, we didn't find any bed bugs." I'm like, "Where the fuck did I get bit at? Like, where I'm sleeping in this bed, like, and it's all like my entire." right hand side of my body is fucking bed bug bitten. And now they're like, all right, but I already paid for the place. Or well, I didn't. It was a gift, but it's already paid for the month. So there's like nothing. There's no recourse. There's just like a bunch of like it would just be a bunch of like back and forth bullshit. So I'm sleeping on top of a bed, on top of a fucking. I take a fucking. This is why I'm hoodied up. I gotta sleep. This is how I'm sleeping. Anyways, there's a little short of the story. Um, you guys remember the rules. One is give me a fucking money to stick up. If you want to, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. If you want my help with anything individually, obviously I know as much as anybody on the fucking planet about health, well-being, and obviously the fact that I'm dealing so well with this mental, physical, psychic, like that I'm dealing with it well, it should show you that I'm pretty good at mental health exercises as well as health in general. Uh, I'm quite elder statesman when it comes to things, stuff, knowledge. If you need my help, TheoLuminous, THEO, that means God, luminous meaning light, LUMINOUS, gmail.com. And there's also my writings. You can give me a thumbs up. You can tell me the fuck off. You can, whatever you want. But remember, there are three rules in the world. One is to, be yourself, because I'm pretty sure everybody else is already playing their part, and you can't be them. You're not gonna be that terrible. You're not gonna be that terribly awesome. And if you can, and you feel like you've obtained enough currency and energy in your life, and you'd like to share, that'd be very great that you shared it with me because I'm in a pretty low spot of currency financially right now. So help on that front would be amazing. You see TSAR, and if you can't give it to me, the other rule is help somebody else out. That's rule number three. Help somebody else out. Why wouldn't you? Because I mean, maybe one day you'll live their life. So, oh yeah, and also have a cool life. Because if I have to come live your life at some point in time, it'd be better if it was good. My life, I mean, despite right now, whatever you're saying, it's it's been pretty good. It's been pretty funny. It's humorous, if you can't tell. I have a I have a great joy in this existence. Yes, of course, sometimes it's a little troubling. We all have those troubles, but you guys stay weird. Fire Drake and Super Champ. You two should just go and suck each other off at this point. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm the fuck ass out of here. Bong bong. I love all of you. Do wonderful weird things, and we'll talk soon. Cheers, everybody.